With so much going on in the world today, it is hard to imagine the media reporting on anything other than the most important stories.
It feels like you blink and you miss this marriage. Kim and Chris headed for divorce just 72 days after tying the knot.
Charlie Sheen has never been more candid about it and makes no excuses for it. He also shared with us some of what really happened that night last month when he was rushed to the hospital after a drug-filled night with porn stars.
Hearing today concerns from the New Jersey State Police Union after the White House had extended an invitation to a rapper.
Why did Kim Kardashian file for divorce?
I have one speed, I have one gear. Go.
How do you survive that?
Features in some parts of this, you'll see full digital nudity. Imagine.
Muppets are back and being terrorized by an evil oil executive in their new movie. Liberal Hollywood depicting a successful businessman as evil.
Huh, I guess not. Over Thanksgiving, I decided to ask my relatives about the ongoing killings in Sudan. I was met with silence. I was stunned. When did the news turn into tabloids? Where was Sudan's story? The most recent news story I could find was this.
I want to talk about the Sudanese ambassador to the United States. He's very upset because the U.S. is threatening to sanction the Sudan because of all the crap that's going on in Darfur, all the government-sponsored militias killing innocent people. The Sudanese ambassador says if we do sanctions, you know what he's going to do? He is going to ban the export of something called gum arabica, which is a component used in soft drinks to keep it fizzy. Now, the thing is, I do think that genocide is wrong, and it's horrible what they're doing in Darfur, but you're not making my Coke flat, right? I mean, I'm sorry.
Genocide, soda. Genocide, soda. You're right. You got the equation right.
Here's the thing, though. When I started reading this, I was very concerned because I, too, do not want them to mess with my soda.
Yes.
But thankfully, we don't get our gum arabica from the Sudan. We get it from Chad.
Really?
Thankfully.
Yeah.
Little bit. Wrap it up in some bacon. Oh, keep it warm, little turkey man. It needs some kind of like a...
Do you think you are well informed on current events?
Not at the moment, no.
No, not really. I'm not as well informed as I should be.
On current events, yes.
I think I am well informed, but I don't know that I remember a lot.
What was the last genocide that you are aware of?
Oh my god, genocides happen all the time. Well, wasn't the Armenian genocide pretty recent? And
That was like 100 years ago.
What? Alright, whatever. Let me take another shot. What about Rwanda? How long ago was that?
It was like 90s.
Okay, so we're getting closer. I don't know. I mean, genocides happen all the time, but a lot of times they don't want you to be, like, super aware of it, right? I mean, like, they don't even admit that the Armenian genocide is a real thing. So, I mean, in a lot of places, right? Hasn't the U.S. not even formally recognized it?
The main reason behind this ignorance is because Sudan was already reported on, roughly 6 years ago.
This was one of the first photographs I took in Sudan. Her name is Mihad Hamid. She's 1 year old. The government attacked the village of Aliat. Her mother was carrying her, wrapped around the side of her with cloth, as they often do. And she was shot, entry wound in the upper right side of her back and the exit wound in the lower left. She wasn't breathing very well at that time. She wasn't expected to live. Often when you encounter the people out in the IDP camps or in the villages, because I'm a white male, they automatically assume that I'm a doctor. And this day, she had thought I was a doctor. And she holds Mihad up to me to take a look at. And I, here's a baby laying in her lap, barely breathing. And I motioned to her to please put the baby down, relax. And that actually kind of solidified in her mind that I was a doctor because I was telling her what to do with her child. Instead, all I was able to do was write my report and take the photograph.
Brian Stadel is a Marine that, in 2004, was sent to Darfur to monitor the ceasefire. During his mission, genocide broke out in the region, and 13 months later, he was sent home. He is one of the only sources of information on Sudan.
This picture here is in the village of Amakasara. After the government attacked, I mentioned with the gunships, they go in and they loot everything. They shoot all the locks off their stores, and they take everything of value. What's left there on the ground is stuff that they didn't want. There's a government soldier here in one of the stores just coming out after looting. We talked to the commander there on the ground and said, your soldiers are in the village. They're in there, they're looting. And he said, no, they're not my guys. They're not in there looting. He said, we just took pictures of them. They're in the village. They're looting out of the stores. No, they're just searching for any more rebels. Well, there were no rebels in this village when they attacked it.
The Sudanese people have been ignored for too long. Even if there is nothing new to report on a genocide, we must be informed. Otherwise, voices are silenced, people forgotten.